this is C & Detail. I'm Cruz. This is MMA for you. I'm going to be doing my predictions for Bellator 105, Awad versus Brooks 2, which happens on October 25th. Overall, I kind of like this card, actually. The prelims, you have like Shawn Bunch, undefeated guys like Adrian, Cruz, Volkan, cousin Oezdemir, Nogueira versus Frank Baca is pretty solid. Desmond Green is fighting. He's still a prospect, very green, but could turn out to be pretty good in the future. Raphael, Butler, also undefeated. Main card, you got the lightweight semifinals, and it was a pretty strong final four with Will Brooks, Saad Awad, Sarnavskiy, and Ricardo Tirloni. Could have a fun striking battle with Mighty Mo versus Ron Sparks. And then we got some new blood at middleweight as Eugene Fadiora fights Andreas Spang. That's some pretty good kickboxing. So, yeah, I actually like this card. Actually, I tend to like most cards, but, let's get to the main event. Saad Awad fights Will Brooks. Okay, so, Saad Awad knocked out Will Brooks back in a Bellator card on February 2013. Really not that long ago. I mean, Awad is definitely one of the bigger surprises as far as, being in the Bellator tournament and just really making the most of it. He has a 15-5 record, 6 wins by KO or TKO, 7 wins by sub. 2 losses by KO or TKO, and 2 losses by sub also. And it doesn't go to decision too much. He's 30 years old, trains at Millennia MMA, along the likes of Mighty Mo, Lorenz Larkin, among others. Heavy-handed guy. I mean, this guy hits hard. He's pretty much dropped most of his opposition so far in Bellator, Just got a really good win in the first round over Martin Stapleton. First draw, I think he dropped him first. Stand up is solid. His Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is actually not too bad. He has 7 wins by sub. Definitely people tend to want to take him down. Obviously, he's not like some super great on his back or anything, but it's not like he's terrible on the ground or anything like that either. Will Brooks, 11-1 record. 4 wins by KO or TKO, 4 wins by sub. He's 27 on a 2-fight win streak. Really athletic, Wrestling's really strong. He has good ground and pound. His striking is improving, and his kicks are really good. Despite what happened in the first fight, I think that Will Brooks might fight a bit more cautiously. Might not rush in for that takedown immediately, Definitely, I have a feeling that he might make it to me so that Awad won't be able to utilize his stand-up as much. I've been high on Will Brooks. I still am. I think he's a very good prospect. Natural athlete, really good wrestler. I picked him last time to win, and he got KO'd. And I tend to underestimate Saad Awad. Picked him beat Stapleton though. But I gotta go with Will Brooks. I mean, he looks like he's improving. I like him as a prospect. Gotta go with him for the win. Next right after that, Sarnavskiy fights Ricardo Tirloni. Good fighter. Tirloni, 16-4 record, 5 wins by KO or TKO, 8 wins by sub. 30 years old. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt with some solid Muay Thai as well. Really solid fighter, He was actually coming on his fight with Clemente. He's coming off a 2-fight losing streak. Got back on the horse, got a solid win over a well-known veteran in Clemente. And Sarnavskiy just recently beat Marcus Davis, 24-1 record, 6 wins by TKO, 14 wins by sub. Excuse me. Doing this right in the morning. He's on a 4-fight win streak. He trains at Rust Fighters in Rain. Interesting enough, Tirloni beat Clemente, and Sarnavskiy's only loss, which is pretty recent, which isn't that long ago, was to Clemente. Kept taking his back and whatnot. Different stylistic matchup though as well, since Tirloni is legitimately really good on the ground. Sarnavskiy, strong kickboxer, good knees. Outside of that fight with Clemente, he has shown some pretty good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, especially as of late too. If Tirloni gets, I think that Sarnavskiy's better in the stand-up. Tirloni can get it to the ground though. It definitely becomes a different story. So I do feel that Tirloni's has a better Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Otherwise, I think the fight will remain standing. Sarnavskiy, also very good prospect in his own right, to only 24 years old. I'll go with Alexander Sarnavskiy for the win. And next fight after that, Siala-Mou, Mighty Mo, or Siliga, fights Ron Sparks. I am a bit worried about this fight just because Mighty Mo isn't that great on the ground, and Ron Sparks does have a win by Americana, if I'm not mistaken, in Bellator. I remember seeing that fight, and I wonder if Ron Sparks might want to take this fight to the ground. Sparks has an 8-2 record with 6 wins by KO or TKO, 1 win by sub. He also has 2 losses by KO or TKO. He's 38 years old on a 2-fight losing streak. He's a heavy-handed guy with good stand-up. Mighty Mo, though, 4-2 record, 4 wins by KO or TKO, 2 losses by sub. He's 43 years old, trains at Millennia MMA. He has no decisions in his MMA career. Strong kickboxer, not that great on the ground. There's a very good chance that this fight's going to remain standing. And, despite Mighty Mo being 43, he still packs a punch. Still a pretty strong kickboxer. I gotta actually go with Mighty Mo here. I have a feeling this fight might remain standing, and Mighty Mo could tag Sparks. Sparks in Bellator, he has 2 losses. One was to Prindo, he got knocked out by him. And the other one was to Vitaly Minikov, if I'm not mistaken. Got knocked out by him. Mighty Mo, good kickboxer. Could happen too. I gotta go with Mighty Mo to win this one. Next fight after that, Andreas Spang fights Eugene Fadiora. Well, Eugene has a 12-win record with 5 wins by KO or TKO, 6 wins by sub. 25 years old, 3-fight win streak. I think he only went to decision once in his MMA career. Andreas Spang, 8-3 record with 3 wins by KO or TKO, 3 wins by sub. He's 34 on a 2-fight losing streak. Good kickboxer. He actually has a really good left hook. Dropped a good amount of guys with it. His losing streak is to Doug Marshall. He faced rhino punches from him. And, I forgot his name now. The guy from Run of a Cow. He's kind of crazy. Forgot his name. He's a good fighter, too. I think it's Luis something or another. But, anyways, tough fight to pick because, I hate picking the guy in the losing streak. But Spang, he is kind of proven, especially with his stand-up. I gotta think that this fight maybe is here to showcase a new prospect. 25-year-old prospect with a 12-1 record in Fadiora. And he's on a win streak. So, I'm going to go with the prospect here. I think I'll go with Eugene Fadiora to win this one. Okay, on to the prelims. You got Shawn Bunch versus Steve Garcia. Bunch has a 2-0 undefeated record, 2 wins by decision, 30 years old, trains out of AKA, really strong record, has all the accolades that you can think of. Steve Garcia does not even have any pro MMA bouts. He's 3-0 as an amateur, with 2 of those wins being by KO or TKO as an amateur. Trains out of Mean One MMA. Gotta go with Shawn Bunch to win this one. Next fight after that, Eddie Larrea fights Rocky Ramirez. Larrea has a 17-23 record with 1 no contest, 9 wins by KO or TKO, 8 wins by sub, 3 losses by KO or TKO, 14 losses by sub. He is a finisher. He fights Rocky Ramirez, has a 4-4 record with 1 draw, 2 of those wins by KO or TKO, 1 win was a submission by strikes. He has 3 losses by submission. He's on a 2-fight losing streak, but he does train at Jackson's. That's the difference maker with me, that he trains at Jackson's. So I'll go with Rocky Ramirez to win this one. Next fight after that, Jesse Brock fights Adrian Cruz. Jesse Brock, 15-7 record with 3 wins by KO or TKO, 7 wins by sub. He also has 2 losses by KO or TKO. Adrian Cruz, 5-0, undefeated record. 2 wins by KO or TKO, 2 wins by sub. He's 31 years old. Tough one for me to call, actually, but I'll go with Adrian Cruz to win this one. And next fight after that, Frank Baca fights Luis Nogueira. Frank Baca, 16-3 record, 6 wins by KO or TKO, 5 wins by sub. He also has 2 losses by submission. Trains at Fit NHB. Other guys that train there would be Tim Means. He did fight Anthony Leon in a Summer Series bantamweight tournament fight. Luis Nogueira, it's kind of a regular in Bellator and in a lot of these bantamweight tournaments. 15-3 record with 1 draw, 5 wins by KO or TKO, 3 wins by sub. 31 years old. Trains at Reno Vacal. I know the Reno Vacal guys, they're more Lucha Libre guys, if I'm not mistaken. They don't consider themselves Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys, even though Nogueira has actually shown some pretty good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skills. Otherwise, really well-rounded fighter. Good wrestler, solid stand-up. I gotta go with Luis Nogueira to win this one. I've always found the guy to be just one of the more well-rounded bantamweights in the tournament. He's good everywhere. I wouldn't say he's great anywhere. I think that's one of the things that hurts him. But yeah, good everywhere, not great anywhere. Okay, next fight after that, Josh Lanier fights Volkan, nicknamed Cousin, Oezdemir. Well, Lanier has a 3-7 record, 2 wins by submission, 1 win by decision. He has 4 losses by KO or TKO, 3 losses by sub on a 2-fight losing streak. Excuse me, doing these right when I woke up. So all of his losses have been by finish. Volkan, 9-0 undefeated record, 7 wins by KO or TKO, 1 win by sub. He's 24 years old, only been to decision once. All of his finishes have been in the first round. I gotta go with Volkan to win this one. Okay, next fight after that, Bryant fights Raphael Butler. Okay, Bryant has a 4-2 record with 1 win by TKO, 2 wins by sub. He's on a 2-fight win streak. Butler, 6-0 undefeated record with 4 wins by KO or TKO, 2 wins by sub. 29 years old, never been past the first round. He's got some heavy hands. I'll go with Raphael Butler to win this one. Okay, and finally, Desmond Green fights Angelo Sanchez. Angelo Sanchez has 12-3 record, 3 wins by KO or TKO, 7 wins by sub. And also has 2 losses by sub on a 4-fight win streak. Desmond Green, he lost to Fabricio Guerrero, if I'm not mistaken, in his Bellator featherweight tourney. He's 8-2 record, 1 win by TKO, 1 win by sub. 24 years old. trains at Team Bomb Squad. John Jones actually used to train there. He's actually a solid wrestler. His striking, kind of average, you know. Not bad, not great by any means. But, you know, still a solid prospect. Definitely kind of green, you know. But nonetheless, still improving. I'll go Desmond Green to win this one. Okay, that's pretty much it for my Bellator 105 predictions. If you have any comments, just leave them below. That's it for MMA for you. Thank you guys very much.